In other news now, bring back the death penalty. That's the call from a Free State farmer whose wife and son are among the 7 victims killed allegedly by 2 men who went on a murder spree last weekend. 2 men appeared in court yesterday where one of them pleaded guilty. Moloko Moloto is in Kestell, that small farming town in the Free State, joining us now live this afternoon on Today. Good afternoon, Moloko. That was a very emotional plea that we saw a little bit earlier from the father, from the man who lost a wife and a stepson in this shooting, asking, when he was talking to you, that he has no one left, but he wishes the government could bring back the death penalty.
Hello, Braden. Indeed, it was a very emotive morning as we were in Harrismith. This is about 40 kilometers east of Kestell. The families of the deceased who were killed in that brutal manner at that farm were at that government mortuary, basically to officially identify their loved ones shortly before they were transferred to a private mortuary. We understand that the provincial government of the Free State is going to be taking over, and in terms of the preparations for the mass funeral, we obviously had to speak to some of the family members. We spoke to a farmer as well who lost a wife as well as a stepson in that killing, and he was basically saying, look, I've had to go back to my house a day before yesterday for the first time since the killings, and while he feels that he would want to go back, it was going to be very difficult, he says, because now he's got no one else to stay with. Let's listen to him as he was speaking to us.
Please, because everything now is racism, and that's a big issue the last times, and it's not an issue in South Africa anymore. Racism is not the issue in South Africa anymore. This is not a racial incident. If we were all white, some people will hate blacks. If it were all black, and maybe it was whites, they will hate whites. No, this is crime. The people are starving. And they're not fear for going to jail. For them, it's a pleasure in the jail because it's hard for them at house. The only thing that will stop this is a death penalty for this type of crimes. It will stop this murders. It's the only thing that will stop murders, really. How can you spend money? The state is wasting their money on this type of people by keeping them alive.
Now, Moloko, what do you know about the case itself? I mean, there was a court appearance yesterday, the magistrate asking that media should not show the visuals of the suspects, the people who have allegedly carried out these murders. What do we know now? What's going to be happening next in this case?
Well, Brian, we tried to reach out to the police to find out if they are pursuing other suspects in this case, and we were told that at this point in time, these are the only 2 people who are positively linked to this mass murders. And these 2 men, Kestell Farm, who is 34 years old, as well as 22-year-old Lerato Selepe, who are accused of these multiple murders, will be appearing again in court tomorrow, where we expect that they will apply for bail. But, Braden, let me also mention this. We are now in Kestell Extension 5. This is where Kestell Farm stayed. We actually learned that his family, apparently he stayed with his grandmother and also some of the cousins. Just a day after the 2 men were arrested, apparently his family left this particular area. We were told by neighbors that it appears they were fearing for their lives following the arrest of Kamohelo. And we tried to reach out to the police to find out whether perhaps they might have moved them out or not. They are saying no. We also came here as the police looking for them, and we found that they have left. Now, we saw the community members, obviously, yesterday in court who were baying for the blood of these 2 men. also importantly, Braden, the other man who is a core accused of Kamohelo, we learned that he doesn't stay here. He comes from Kwagwa, but he is a relative of Kamohelo, and he had visited the family, I think, 2 weeks back. But let me speak to a lady, Mapule Musia, who was a colleague of the 5 workers who were murdered. Mapule, thank you so much. You tell us how you learned about the killing of your colleagues.
Hi. Oh. Ke tlo qala pele ke leboe motsotso ko thola hona jwale mo ke tlameha hore ke tlo bua ka batho ba re entseng sehloho ka batho ba mosebetsing wa rona re qetetse ausesi ka labone leo re ne re bile re ntse re bule le yena hore na ha ona batho ba tlo theoela ka labohlano hore a late group e engwe ha re tsebe hore na e latuwe jwang nna labohlano hoseng ke thotse call e tswang ho ngwana wa usesi a mtwetsa gona o ntse a ka rena batla mme wa hae a sa mthole phone be ke mtwetsa gona nna ke hae a ba re ka gona ntho e etsahetseng be ke motsana ho etsahetseng a re ba thola koloi bo kae kae ke tsiplasing di femfeng ka re ka koding ka mo ke kopa a shebe ntho tse sebetsang di teng na tsa rona a re di teng be ke ra ka kgolo batho ba bo thuteng ka morana konyana ho ke thola WhatsApp a re ausi Mapule sesi o re sile a kgolo ka mora 20 minutes hape ha kene WhatsApp.
Who is this? He says he's the wife of the farmer.
Eh. Aba njwetsa rona Rudi le yena o re sile. Be ke mo botsa rona batho ba bang ba kae. A re ha ba so ba thollentse ba batlana le bona. Go ukule ka morao hore batho bao ba teng ka tlung ba se ba thuntswe. Ntho eo e re dutse ha bohloko bona ho ba ha no thewetse rona ha re bua tse e ka be e le rona ba thuntsweng e re go ukule bohloko ho Kamohelo le ngwana habo go utlwang hore na ha re ba batle ka ra Kestell ba sisitse bana batswadi ba bona ba sisitse ngwana mong e ba reng ke se bongile ngwana a nang le selemo.
Don't go. The Kamohelo stays here. Let me also just get to hear your views as neighbors. Kamohelo stays here. You stayed with him. Just tell us horna ke motho mo jwang ska lebele phela le ena.
Ke leboha sebaka Kamohelo re dutse le ena mona na re sa tsebe gore nane ke sekweta ene o no mo bona ngwana ona o hana nwile hore o atella o na sa foke mang le mang mo strateng ene jwale gona ha re mmatle mo re le tshaba re bohloko haholo ka ntho e a yentseng eo ha re mo batle ka ra Kestell ka mo
ke a bona ba family high has left this area. Do you know what are the reasons that made them to leave?
A ke tsebe reason ya go ba tsamaetseng ke a kgola maybe banana gore naneng ho tla tsheswa mono habo gobane a ke tsebe ho tsalang ha ke tsebe go ba tsamaetse eng gobane mme wa hae o fihleleng hana ngwana habo mme wa ha ke mang hana ke mang mojabeng ba ba monka ba tsamalena ba ya Poloko.
All right. Well, Braden, these are the sentiments of the neighbors. Essentially, they are saying that Kamohelo, the accused number 1, is quite a troublesome fellow and they don't want him back here. And they really don't know what could be the reasons why his family has left. And we saw the Aus Mapula, who is a colleague of the 5 people who were killed at the farm, really becoming emotional as she is trying to narrate to us what she has heard in as far as their killings are concerned.
Thank you very much, Moloko Moloto. On the ground there in a section of Kestell, a small farming town in the Free State.